Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria DL, for any of those that are new to my channel. And today I would like to share with you a brand new tool from Tonic Studios, and it's the Perfect Platform. It's for effortless and accurate mess-free crafting. And basically this is going to be your best friend when it comes to stencils. This has, it features a stain resistant coating to the mat. It's on a non-slip base, which is made of foam on the back. It's got 1/2 inch measuring grid and also an integrated metric ruler. Two very extremely strong magnets are included with this platform, and there is an option of purchasing a further pack of 2 magnets, and I think they're going to be about £5.99. So I would highly recommend those if you've got some larger stencils. It's really easy of use for stenciling. No more of your masking tape, or like me, I would buy cheap washi tape and I would use that to mask off my stencils. No more of that from now on. You'll just use the magnets that are in the set. And yeah, we're going to have a play with this little bad boy, as I would say. I'm itching to get it open, but I wanted to share this with you before we open the packaging, because this is how it will come to you, packaged in this card. You can see here your 2 magnets included, and you can see that from here to here it will measure 12 by 12, so obviously the board is slightly bigger than that. And there you can see on the packaging somebody inking with the stencil. So yeah, we're going to open this up and then we're going to have a play. So join me back here in a few minutes. So we're back again, and everything has been taken and removed out of the packaging. And as you can see, this is the whole of the platform. So you have your measuring guide across here, and of course this bottom measurement here is 12 inches. So you've got a 12 by 12 inch work place there, and obviously you've got your centimetres here down the sides. So you've got like 1/2 inch increments to go across here. Now I've just placed a piece of card, I'll show you, over my stencil over a piece of white card. And normally we would get some low tack masking tape, washi tape, whatever you have to hand, even Scotch tape, although I think that's rather an expensive way to mask your stencils down. But we use whatever we've got to hand usually. But these magnets, I cannot emphasize how strong they are. They take some pulling off here. They are strong, really strong. So I've just put one on the edge here and one on the edge here. Now that is firmly, you know, that's really pushing it to move it. Now, if you want to add extra magnets, this is the extra pack that you can purchase. I think it's going to be about £5.99, and you get 2 in the pack here. So they're an extra add-on, and the item number for that is 3727E if you're looking for it on the day it comes to launch. So usually I will add some tissue paper down when I'm spraying and getting a bit messy, but I'm just going to add a little bit of the gorgeous sparkle spray to this stencil and see what kind of design we can pick up. And then I'll have a little mop up and clean up, and we'll come back and we'll do maybe a mousse and see what that looks like, and then probably come back and then do a card together. So we have some new sparkle sprays coming out, and I've got 2 of the colours here, and I've got Tender Peach, which to me is It looks a little bit coppery, but it also looks rose gold. And it's a beautiful, beautiful shade. So if you can see that there, if the camera can pick that up. I do apologise if there's any glare on the mat. So we have that one, and then we have Japanese maple. And that's just a rich, deep, pinky red. Gorgeous colour. Before we head on to do the rest, I will actually show you the other side of the platform, because it was rude of me, I've not shown you. So this is like got a glossy side, so it's going to be easy for you to get a wet wipe and mop up any mess. Now on the reverse we have a foam backing, so this is slightly spongy, and obviously will stop it moving around so much. It's quite robust. As you can hear, it's you know, it's a solid board. So we shall put this back in place. Again, I do apologise for any glare on this board, because with it being shiny, it will play havoc with my lights probably. But I'm hoping that you can all see. Am I in there? You can all see what I'm doing. So with these sparkle sprays, you do have a little ball inside. Can you hear that? And that agitates. You can roll it, you can turn it, or you can shake it. It's up to you. But I'm just going to give that a shake, because mine have been packed in a box. They only arrived yesterday. And then we're going to give this other one a shake. I'll probably get quite messy, and I will have a tidy up, and then we'll come back, because you don't want to see me mopping and wiping up. So first of all, I'm going to add a little bit of this tender peach, and I'm going to hold it so far away from my work, and I'm just going to do short bursts like that. And then I'm going to get this gorgeous Japanese maple. I absolutely love this. It's beautiful. And I'm just going to give a little there, and then I'm going to go back to the other one, the peach, and I'm going to add a little bit more peach. And don't worry about it going on your magnets, because they all wipe clean. And a little bit darker there. Then I'm going to slide these away. So I'm going to put one there, and then I'm going to carefully lift away the stencil, and you're going to be left with that beautiful design. Isn't that gorgeous? And this is a new stencil as well, so all brand new to Tonic. But I don't want to waste all that, so being the crafter I am, I'm just going to hold that there for a moment, and this just wipes clean, just with a baby wipe. Wipe all that clean. Get a piece of tissue, clean that down, because anyone that knows me knows I don't like mess, and you know me very well by now, a lot of you crafters out there. And then, not wanting to waste anything, I'm going to place that back on there. I'm going to hold it with my magnets, and then I'm going to place this on my card, and I'm just going to leave that there for a minute, and then I'm going to push down on there, just like that, and then I'm going to lift away, and that can be used even if you didn't want to use all of it, which you could quite easily use all of that, or you wanted to use a portion of it. It gives you another design from the stencil. So this is what we did with the stencil, and then this is the negative that you would ordinarily throw away, and you could get a paler one out there. So if you wanted to make, I don't know, a backing paper for a box or a little accent of something, if you had a brayer, you could go over the back of it with a brayer just to add a little bit of pressure, and then you'll end up with a 3rd generation there. And I like that. That would come in handy for something. So, you know, it just takes all that putting the tape around it, masking it off, and then peeling the tape off and shoving all the tape in your bin, because you can't reuse it because it's got sprays or mousse all over it. I think the magnet's just a super idea, and it keeps you all organised and in one place, and it gives you something to work on as well. So I'm going to just wipe down my stencil, wipe down my mat, and we'll come back and we'll do something with some mousse. So catch you in a minute, guys. So we're now back with a fresh sheet of card, and you will have seen from the new trend, that gorgeous sweet sorbet trend, we have the Glacier Paste in the Pixie Wings, and this is just absolutely stunning Glacier Paste. So we're going to do one with Glacier Paste and show you the mop up and clean up and everything, and then we'll put a card together. So I'm just going to put some of the Glacier Paste across the top here of my mat. Okay, and I always put it to the top. I'll just move that magnet out of the way. So we've got the magnet there. I'm putting my sleeve in it, as I'm always a mucky pup. Right, roll the sleeves up, Vicky. I always tend to put the Glacier Paste to the top. Okay, and then I try and do it with as many swipes as possible. So I will bring it all the way down and then scoop whatever's at the bottom up. And then I will come down to my next section and I'll bring it down, and I might just push it back up from the bottom. Okay. And then I'll put some more across the top, and then I will bring that down. If I've got any at the side, I might just do that and bring it down. But I'm trying to do the least amount of swipes down. Now there I can tidy up because that isn't on the stencil, that's on the edge. Because I don't want it to bleed. And I think a lot of the time, let me just put the lid on there. A lot of the time when you're stenciling, if you've not done a lot of stenciling, you're quite eager to get the mix down, and then you overwork the product, and it has a tendency then to seep underneath the stencil. The least amount of times that you're bringing it down, the less likelihood that will happen, because sometimes we go back and forth like we're icing a cake and we can overwork the product. So that's the way that I find works best for me. Then we're going to slide those magnets off, and then I'm going to get the stencil from the bottom. I'm going to get my nail under there somewhere, or from the top, I suppose. I can grab it from the top or the bottom. Lift him up clumsily, and there we have a gorgeous stenciled piece of card. And I'll just put my stencil down there. If you're using Glacier Paste, try and do a mop up quickly, because you don't want that to set onto your stencil. A bit like the other paste that we do with glitter in. We want to make sure we get that and wash that with soap and water straight away, so there's no residue there. So that is, oh, we got a little, my little chihuahua has just left a hair on my project. No, it doesn't. Right, so there we have that gorgeous See that? Beautiful shimmer, and it comes through on that stencil beautifully. It's a gorgeous shade and effortless with this board. No masking it off with tape. Save all your tape. So I have one there and I have one dry I can show you. And there it is, dry. So doesn't that look lovely? Beautiful colour, beautiful stencil, made really easy with this board. So, if you'd like to join me in a minute and we shall put a card together. See you in a mo. Right, so we're going to put a card together now. And as you can see, I've placed a piece of card down on this platform. And I've put the stencil over the top. Now we're going to stencil with the new Tender Peach sparkle spray. So again, I'm going to agitate it. You can hear that ball in the bottle. And I'm going to spritz. Don't worry about it going on your magnets because you can wipe those. Woo, that might be a cool effect. And then I'm just going to carefully now lift the magnet away, put that out of the way, and that one out of the way there. I'm going to put a piece of kitchen towel down here just to hold on to the stencil. Now, if I wanted to, I could get another impression here, couldn't I, with what's on the stencil like we did before. But I'm going to carry on with this demonstration, so I'm just going to mop that up just for a minute, just so it doesn't stain the stencil, and then we can carry on with the rest of the demonstration. So just excuse me for 1 minute. There we go. Just a quick mop up there, and then we'll give this a wipe. And as you can see, it mops up, no problem at all. Now, if I was going to carry on crafting to myself, I would pick that up and put that on another card. I wouldn't waste anything. And your magnets, they just wipe clean with a wet wipe. And you're good to go again. So I'm just going to place this to one side. And I'm just going to heat set this spray now, and then we can start building a card. So excuse the heat gun, it shouldn't be too noisy. It doesn't take long to dry. You can see where we went a little extra there with the spray, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. See, that's still wet there, so I'll just hold that a little longer. And then I'm going to just blast it from the back, because obviously there's moisture in the card. A little bit damp. Be careful with your heat guns because they do get hot if you're not used to using one. I know you're probably all used to using a heat gun. There we go. And mine is a heat tool. It takes a little bit longer than a concentrated nozzle heat gun, but I quite like that type of heat tool. So there we've got our background, and it doesn't matter that we went a little bit extra there with the spray. Doesn't matter at all. So I'm going to put that to one side. I'm going to bring the platform back into play again. And because we can work on here with our spritzers and our messy stuff, as I always call it. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to hold that just there. That's all I'm going to do. And oh no, I'm not, sorry. That's another tutorial that I was planning on doing. Excuse me. I'm going to add a little bit of the Tender Peach there to my mat, and then with the Nouveau like mist bottle, I'm going to spritz it with some water, so it's quite a weaker concentration, and just squiggle it around on my mat. And then I'm going to pick the colour up by just smooshing it in the pot there. And then I wouldn't waste that. If I was making another card for myself, I'd use that on another piece of paper, but I want to get on with the demonstration, so we'll mop that little bit up there. And then we'll clean that down. Now, whilst I'm using the heat tool, I will move that out of the way. And then again, I'll put the heat gun on just for a second or two. And you can see all that glitter coming to the top there as it's drying. Again, just dry the cardstock from underneath, because obviously it does soak into the fibres of your card. There we go. And I'm going to bring this mat back in again, and then I'm going to get that gorgeous Japanese maple, which is my, I shouldn't have a favourite, but oh my word, I have a thing for reds, so of course this is just pure lush, pure lush. And again, I am going to add some water to that. See how it agitates it? Makes it slightly weaker, but it makes it a little bit more malleable for like a swooshy technique. And then I'm just going to go round the edges, just picking up little bits. Now, as you can see, I'm not going to use a lot on this card, so this could go towards quite a bit of another card. So I'm quite happy with that. I want those different colours in there, like a marbly finish. So again, you know, get another piece of card if we've got one and smoosh it, use it, you know, do not waste it, because you can actually use this for punching flowers, leaves, you know, lots of different things. So I don't like to see waste actually, so I'm glad we've picked that up. So that done, let's get a cloth and do a little wipe up, and we get the wet wipe, and it's soon all wiped up and clean again. There we go. There we go. And we're going to move that out of the way again whilst we heat set everything. So I'm going to bring that back in again, and we're going to heat this. You end up like with a marbly type finish, and you can keep building these colours back up. So if you wanted it a bit stronger, don't put as much water with it, have it of a neater of a mix. But I quite like to add a little bit of water to mine. Don't have to do that, that's just me. There we go. Right, so let's move this stuff out of the way. Now, as you'll see, this is a diamond shape, and it's from our layering sets. Many of you'll have these from over the years, but I always say, as Jodie always says to you, this is your foundation. Get your layering sets and build up from there, because these will never date, they'll never be out of fashion. You'll always be able to use these in your card making, whether it's a circle, rectangle, star, whatever shape. So that's what we're using today, and we're using the 2 outer layers there. Okay, so I have some bits and pieces here. So I'm just going to shape that back again, because obviously as it's been heated it does go out of shape slightly. There we go. Right, so let me rub the excess sparkle off my hands. Now then, this card, I've got the measurements written down for you all. It's 6 1/4 by 5 inches, okay, and the back panel has an extra 1/2 inch added on, so that we're going to glue that over the back. I've long since stopped buying card blanks and make all my own card blanks, so that's how we've done that. And I'm just going to add our deluxe adhesive to that little tab there and fold it over and burnish that. Now you can burnish it with a bone folder. There we go. And don't worry if you can see any sparkle, because that buffs away, so we can buff all that away. And there's your card blank. Okay, so that was 6 1/4 by 5. Then we have a white layer, which is 6 inches by 4 3/4, and then we have this lovely copper mirror card, which is also Nuvo and Tonic, and this measures 5 3/4 by 4 1/2. So you've got all your borders there. Then this is the stencil piece that we did, and this measures 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 inches, and so you've got a border all the way around there. The largest layer of the diamond in black, then obviously the marble piece that we've just done. So we're going to glue all these pieces together and build the card up. So I'm using the deluxe adhesive. Mine is in a battered old bottle there, but it is deluxe adhesive. And there we go. I think I shall treat myself and pull a new bottle out. And then we have these 2 layers. So I'm going to glue with wet adhesive again. You don't need much, just around the edge and a squiffy bit in the middle, as I say. And then I'm going to glue that down there. There we go. And any extra like sparkle you can get rid of, it just buffs away. And I'm going to put this on foam pads, so I'm going to get some 2mm foam pads and put some foam pads on here. I do like plenty of foam pads, I don't like anything to dip. So we'll remove the backs off those. So I hope you're all having a nice weekend. I'm making this up at a weekend, and it will be coming to you very, very soon. So let's put this down here. I've got plenty to do on my list, so it's a busy working weekend here this weekend. So there we go. So that is your, you know, the foundation of your card. And then we're going to glue these 2 layers together. Now bearing in mind you've heat set this, so the card can be a little bit rigid. So what I would say is when you've placed it down, just hold it in place for a few seconds until you know the glue has grabbed, which is what I'm going to do now. It doesn't take long at all, because the deluxe adhesive just gives you a little bit of wiggle time and then it's set. So that should be grabbed now, and we'll buff off the excess glitter there. Now if you want to heat set this and then make sure that I shouldn't say heat set really, but seal it, that's the word I'm looking for. If you want to seal this and stop some of the mica coming off in your hands, I mean it doesn't bother me, but it could bother you, just from a distance lightly spray it with hairspray and it will seal it. Okay, so I'm going to add some foam pads to the back of the diamond. Again, 2mm foam pads, are my favourite. There we go. And let's take the backs off those. There we go. Put those in the bin. And let's make sure we're not making an Australian card, and you will know what I mean by that, because Vicky has a habit of doing that. And then we're going to place the diamond in the middle there. And then we're going to put some foam pads on the back of the sentiment. So if I cut some little strips down, and this is one of our script sentiments, and you've probably got these in your stash, and this one is with love or sending love. So I'll just put those foam pads on the back there, and sending love, so that is going to go in the middle there. Now you can trim these ends down once it's on the card, or beforehand, it's up to you, but I'm just going to place that down there. There we go. And am I going to take the ends off? No, I'm just going to leave that as it is. I quite like that. And then to finish, I'm going to add some of these pink tutu sequins. I'll put some out on my mat there. And I'm just going to place some adhesive. Again, wet adhesive. Be your best friend. And then I'm going to use the Nuvo embellishment tool, which is for this. It is for picking up sequins and confetti. So place those down on the card. Just randomly place them down. Not in any uniformed way. I think we'll have a big one there and a smaller one there. Turn it around and put one there, and one there. So we'll go for a smaller one there, larger one there, and just because we can, we'll go for a medium one there, and then 3 more. I always like to do them in 3s or 5s. And medium. There's a large one, and let's go for a little one just on the edge there. And that is the card. Now all the bits and pieces that you've seen me use throughout the video are all available on the Tonic website. I will have all my affiliated links in the description for the video. So if you would like to purchase through me, that would be absolutely smashing. And there's no extra cost to you whatsoever through purchasing through my links. And if you are a club subscription member, then you can add your TCK code at the checkout still by using my affiliated links. I'd like to share with you now the other cards that I created with this set. So I've done a coordinating set for this launch, so we'll put that to one side. So we created, at the beginning of the video, we did the stencil background with the spritzing, and this is the background that we've used. We've created a frame with one of our layering die sets. I've also done some rolled roses and leaves where we've actually spritz like we've just done, and we've rescued the waste. You would keep these for like your rolled roses and your leaves, so they come in handy. And then we've decorated the card with some of our stamps from Stamp Club and previous stamps that we've had launched. So that's another card for you. And remember, at the beginning we spritzed our stencil, and then we turned our stencil over so that we could use the waste that was sat on top of the stencil, and we put it onto the card and press down. This is what you would normally throw away, so you can use that as well. you know, don't be frightened of using the waste bit. And we've just put a strip across the card. We've used one of our Will's Hans birthday sentiments there that many of you'll have in your stash, and wishes from one of our stamps. And then again we've decorated with these pink tutu sequins. Very simple card to make, but does it need any more? It really doesn't, does it? It says it all. So that's another card we've created. And then this last card, a slightly smaller card. Remember we did the 3rd generation off the top of the stencil, and we said we could use this for something else. Well, I actually thought it looked like butterflies, and I thought it looked lovely on this tag. And this tag is from the Tonic luggage box set, so those tags will come in handy for your card making as well, and they're also available direct from Tonic on the website. We've used the Poppy die set that launched not that long ago. And basically what we did, again, we've used the waste that would be sat on the mat and you'd whop it up and throw it away. And we've kept it, and then we've cut out the petals for the poppy. Then we've just built it up. And then again in the background here, we did the same as we've just done with the card. We've done like a marbly background like we did here, all across the back. And then we've mounted the tag up on foam pads, added some heat emboss sentiments there with white embossing powder, and then finished off with some decorative Nuvo drops that all matched and tied in. So you've got 4 cards, coordinating cards there, using the brand new sparkle sprays. So we've got these brand new sparkle sprays, and they work perfectly with the new stencil and that fabulous magnetic mat. And I'm just going to bring that mat in again so that you can take another look at it, because it is brilliant. So here it is. You've got more than a 12 by 12 workspace, but there's your 12 by 12 there, and you've got this extra piece here. And your 2 magnets. I would highly recommend getting the extra pack of magnets, where you get 2 in a pack. I think they're going to retail at $5.99, as I've said before. If you've got larger stencils, then they'll come in handy, because you can put 1 on each corner. But they are very, very strong. And then the back of the platform is foam, so nothing that's going to scratch your desk or your worktop. And it's solid, you know. Can you hear that? Solid. And it's got a glossy top, so it's easy to mop up with your wet wipes or a microfiber cloth if you're watching the environment. You don't really want to use wet wipes. So these are the 4 cards that we've made, all coordinating, and I hope you've enjoyed your visit to my channel today. So I'd just like to say, until next time, take care of yourselves, and bye for now. Bye.